Well, hello, I am back. It has been a while and I want to apologize for that. Because, well, I went out and never told anyone, so... Maybe you have missed me a lot, I don't know. Maybe you were glad I wasn't there because you hate my videos. Well, if you hate my videos, feel free to leave. You don't have to watch. Really, you don't. I don't expect you to. What I expect is you to enjoy what you watch. So, please, I have got myself a cup of coffee and I'm taking a sip. And I'm gonna tell you what I am going to do. Funna told me, Granny, it's time you make another video. Well, she said that in Dutch, but I am speaking very good English, so everyone can understand. And when you hear the door opening and closing, Wiebe is all busy all around doing stuff and all. And he is going to do some shopping, so I can crochet with you. And because it has been a while that I have crocheted for you, goodbye, Wiebe. Don't forget to buy something nice. Okay? I've got some yarn, and I really don't know this yarn. Funna gave this to me, a cake. Katia Easy Hat. Never heard of it. But what I understand, one cake can make you a beanie. So that's what I'm going to try. It's a 40% wool, 40% acryl, and 20% polyamide. Well, that's in Dutch also polyamide. It's 100 grams approximately and 120 meters. But when you want to make a hat like this, you see that the color of the board is on the inside of the cake. So I think I have to start on the outside of the cake. And needle size, it says here 6 or 7. So I got myself a 6.5 millimeter. I think that should do it. So let's go on and try. And it's going to be an easy pattern, nothing complicated. It's just to try this yarn and see if it works. That when I am ready to start the board, the white really appears, so that you can do it like the picture. And then you should have enough left to make a little pom-pom on the head. Well, we shall see. Over here. Stitch marker. I need a stitch marker because I'm going to crochet in continuous round. Let me take a nice blue one. It's pretty with the pink. Oh, if you want to know the color, this is color 501. 501. And I bought this, Funna bought this at the market hall in Belgium. I don't know if you can buy it anywhere, but they have it. So if you live in the neighborhood, then the Markthal in Belgium was quite funny. Funna got recognized there. Is it funny? Because she cut her hair, and she doesn't have that long hair anymore. She has very short hair. Really, she has acted just like a punker or something. It is really, Well, it makes her pretty. Yes, it does. It makes her years younger. Okay, let's start. We are going to start with a magic circle. I've done that many times, but let me show you. I'm leaving the tail in front of my fingers, and the yarn goes up over my fingers to the back, and then I take my first 2 fingers and wrap the yarn around it. And when I'm back up, I'm going to cross, like that, and go to the back. And then I hold my tail over here so it doesn't come off. And then with my crochet hook, with the hook to the down, I'm going under the first loop, pick up the second loop and pull it under, like a catapult. And then I twist my needle a little bit, and then I have a loop on my needle, like that. And then I'm going to chain 1. So this is my working yarn, it's going to the cake. I'm yarn over and pull through. That's a chain 1. And now you can take off your fingers out of the ring and we can start to crochet. Now, we are going to crochet half double crochets. And I think I might do 8 or 10 or 9. I'm going to try. First of all, yarn over. You've got 2 threads on this side of the circle, and when you put in your needle in the circle, you are going over those 2 threads, and then you pull up a loop. And you have 3 loops on your needle, yarn over and pull it through all those 3 loops. And that is your first half double crochet. And because it's the first, I'm going to put my stitch marker in there. Oh, what I can tell about the yarn, maybe you have seen it already, but it is a kind of, chain yarn. You see that? It's not just plied, but it's like it's gepunnikt. See? And that crochets really nice. Okay, this is the first one. Let's go on. Number 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop and make number 3. And the 6.5 is quite a nice size for this yarn. This is number 4. But perhaps with your hand of crocheting, you need a 6 or a 7, or maybe even an 8 or a 5. I don't know. Just try. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now I'm going to pull on my tail, close the circle, and when I put those 2 stitches together, it is a little bit pointy, and that's not what I want. I want a flat circle. So I'm going to make 1 more. That will be 9. And when I put those together, it's still a little bit pointy. And I don't want pointy, I want flat. So I'm going to make 1 more. And that's how you can decide how many stitches you want to begin with. Like that. And now I think when I close the hole in the middle by pulling on the tail, it's nice and flat. You see that? That's nice. So now I'm going to crochet in the first stitch. I'm not closing the round. Take off the stitch marker, and each stitch gets 2 half double crochets. So in that first one, I make a half double crochet, like that. And in that first stitch, I'm going to put my stitch marker again. So I know this was the first one. And now a second one in the same stitch. That's 2. The next one, 2 in it. So now I have 4 stitches. In the next one, number 5 and number 6. You see? In the next one, number 7. What are you doing? This is going to the side. I'm taking a sip. I love it. Okay, where was I? This was 1 and 2. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. This is number 7. And number 8. Look at the color changes. I like it. Number 9 and number 10. Number 11 and number 12. Oh, I like this. Number 13 and number 14. This is 15 and 16. 17 and 18. And all are half double crochets. This is 19 and number 20. And then I did it right because I started with 10, and then when you put 2 stitches in each one, you will end up with 20 when you come to your stitch marker. Like this. And it's still nice and flat. It's quite thick yarn. I think this is going to be nice and cozy when it's cold. Okay, this next round is round number 3. You put 1 half double crochet in the first stitch. And since it's the first stitch, I'm putting my stitch marker back. And then you put 2 half double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. And that is the repeat for this round. 1 in the next. And 2 in the next. 1 and 2. And when you continue this, you should end up with 30 stitches. When you started with 10, just like me, you should end up with 30. Because each round we are going to do, we are going to add 10 stitches. This is 1, and in the next one, 2. Like that. Oh, I am in love! This is so beautiful. I am so grateful for Fonna that she asked me to crochet something with this cake. I love it. Well, let me show you. 1 and then 2. Like that. 1. Oh, now the brown is starting again. And 2. Oh, come on, Granny. 2. 1 and 2. And when I am doing it right, I should end up with 2 in the last stitch. So let's continue and see if I am doing it right. This is 1 and this is 2 in one stitch. And yes, I have got 2 stitches left. This is 1. And 2 in the next, so I did it right. I ended up with 2 in the next. Ah! Oh, look, a little bit of white. Oh, this is so nice. I love it. Okay, it's been a while since I crocheted with the camera. And I am over here already, but I forgot to turn on the record button. So I'm going to frog this and show you what I did without the camera. It's quite stupid of me. Let me see this one also. This is the last increase I made, 1 and 2 in 1 stitch. So that was round number 3, and now I'm going to show you with camera, because I see over here in my screen, I see rec. That means record. So now I can film what I am doing. Okay, round number 4. We are going to crochet 2 half double crochets right after each other. So this is the first one. And I'm going to put the stitch marker back in that first one. And I already told you, but I forgot to put on the camera. And I finished my coffee, you see, so I'm going to need some new coffee in a minute. This is 1, and then the next one, also 1 half double crochet. And the next one is the increase stitch of the previous round. So you got 1 and 2 in 1 stitch, and the second one of that 2 is called the increase. And in that increase stitch we are going to make another increase. We're going to put 2 stitches in that one. So 1 and 2. Okay, again, 2 half double crochets after each other. So this is 1, and the next one is 1, and then we are at that increase stitch. You see, 2 in 1 stitch, and then in the second of that 2 we are going to put 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And that is the repeat for this round. You do 1 and another 1, and then you do 2. You can do that. So I will do this without the camera, and when I come back I will have finished this one, and I will have 40 stitches. Is the camera running? Is he recording? Let me check. Is there? Yes, that's there. It says rec in small red letters. So I know you are going to see this. Now I finished my round, and again I ended with 2 stitches in the last one. So I made it right, and I've got 40 stitches. And now I am continuing with half double crochets in the 5th round. This is the first one. Put in the stitch marker back, and now I'm going to crochet 3 half double crochets in a row, and then I will be at the 2nd stitch over here. Here you have 2 stitches in 1, and in the 2nd stitch should come the increase, so 2 stitches in 1. When I make 3 half double crochets in a row, so this is 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Yes, I'm at the increase over here, the 2nd stitch of the increase, and I'm going to put 2 in that one. 1 and 2. One more time. 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3 and then 2 in 1 stitch, the increase. And when you do this all the way around, you should end in the last stitch with 2 in 1 and you should have 50 stitches. So I'm going to do that, maybe get another cup of coffee because I'm going to thirsty, and I will be back when I have done this. And I love the colors. Oh, Wiebe is back and he brought me something nice. Look at this. Chocolate. Oh, with bourbon vanille. This should be nice. Oh, little bars of chocolate. Wiebe, thank you so much. And I poured myself a glass of cola instead of coffee. I'm going to put this aside because when I snoop now, my mouth is going to stick and I cannot talk anymore. So I finished the round and I want to explain something to you. Because when do you stop the increases and are you going to crochet 1 stitch in 1 stitch? So it's going to be a beanie, a hat. Well, you have to measure the circumference of your head. That one on your neck, the omtrek, the circumference. And that number you must remember. And then you take your circle you crochet and you measure it. Mine is about 16 centimeters, just about. And now I'm going to take my calculator, can you see it? And I am going to multiply 16 by 3.14. And that is 50 centimeters, just about. Well, my head is about 55 centimeters, so I am going to increase one more time, because then the circle gets a little bit bigger, and when I multiply the doorsnee, I should end up around 55, at least I hope I do. And then you know I can crochet without increases. So this is the next round, and that's round number 6. Let me turn off the tablet. It's all costing stroom and all. It's not necessary. Round number 6. We are going to crochet 4 stitches in a row and then the increase. So each row you do 1 more stitch after each other before you do the increase. Now, we did 3 in the last round, so now I'm going to do 4. This is 1, putting the stitch marker back. Wiebe, what are you making a lot of noise? What are you doing? This is 1 and 2 and 3. Let me get some yarn. 3 and 4. And see, I am at the 2nd stitch of the increase of the last round. And that's good thing, because there I need to put 2 stitches. 1 and 2. You see? So 4 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 in 1 stitch, 1 and 2, and please measure your circle and multiply by 3.14, what I just showed you, and then you should end up around what you need. And if you want a loose hat, you must end up with a little bit more. And when you want it a little bit tighter, like I do, you end up with a little bit less. But 4 in a row and then 2 in 1 stitch. And if you need to do another row, you do 5 in a row and 2 in 1 stitch. So I'm going to finish this round en smul een beetje van mijn chocolate en my Coca-Cola. And I will be back. So I finished this round and I am measuring it and it is about 18 centimeters. So then I take from the tablet and I start the calculator. I do 18 centimeters and multiply by 3.14 and then it says 56 and a half. So that should be enough for my head. And now I can continue crocheting with 1 stitch in 1 stitch, just like that. Half double crochet, not a single crochet. Half double crochets. And I am not going to count the rounds or the centimeters, because I want to continue until this white starts, because that's what it says on the picture. The etching, the board of the head should start when the white starts. So that's a great test to find out. I don't need a stitch marker anymore. I'm just going to crochet nice and relaxed, half double crochets, until the white color in this cake is going to start. So, I will be back. I'm going to finish my cola. And maybe by the time I come back, it's coffee time again. Or something else, I don't know. And I've tasted the chocolate Wiebe brought me, and ooh, it was delicious. Really it was, but my mouth got really sticky, so I can't do that when I am filming. Am I filming this? Yes, I'm filming this. So I am continuing, just 1 stitch in 1 stitch, and then a little ball will appear, like this or like this, whatever you want. And that should be your head. So, I'll be back when I am at the white color of this ball. We shall see. See you bit. Bye. Well, the time is there to go and make the board of the head, because the colors are all done and I am at the white. Well, it's a bit creamy white, but it is white. And in the meantime, I found out that the board of a head is called a brim in English. So we are going to crochet a brim. And there are lots and lots and lots of possibilities to make a brim. But I am going to do one I like best. And you can do any brim you like. Really, you can. Do what you like. You can make relief stitches, dat je voorlang stokje, achterlang stokje en zo, that you get a board stitch. I am going to do something completely different. I've got my stitch marker again, and I'm going to increase again. Over here I stopped when I had 4 stitches between the increase. Oh, you can't see. Here's the increase. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the increase. So now I'm going to do 5. And then the increase. So the first stitch I'm going to do with the white yarn is my first stitch of that 5 in a row. So this is 1. and I can put my stitch marker in that one. And I keep continuing with the half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the increase, so 2 in 1 stitch, like that. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, and the increase. 1 and 2. And I'm going to do that all the way around. And if I haven't made any mistakes over here, I should end with 2 half double crochets in the last stitch, and then I should have 70 half double crochets. But when it doesn't come that exact. If you have here 2, you have 1 stitch left, you put 1 in, and that's not a problem. Just it's a hat, not a wedding dress, because Miranda always says it's not the wedding dress. Well, it's not, it's a hat. So I will continue this round, and then I will be back. Yes, it's recording, so you can see what I am saying. I will be back for the next round. So I ended up right with 2 stitches in the last stitch, so I didn't make a mistake all the way over here. I'm so proud of myself. And now I'm going to crochet 1 round with just 1 stitch in 1 stitch. So this is the first one, and I am putting a stitch marker in this one, so I know where to end. And now 1 stitch in 1 stitch all the way around. And if you have the same number of stitches as I have, you will end up with 70 half double crochets all the way around. You see, like this, just 1 in 1 stitch all the way around. And then I will be back when I am over here. Okay, I finished the row without the increases, and I am going to crochet 1 more row with this no increase stuff thingies. So this is the first one, and then stitch marker in the first one. But now I am going to stop the stitch before the stitch marker. So I'm crocheting half double crochets, 1 in 1 stitch, and then 1 stitch before the stitch marker I'm going to stop, and then I will be back to show you how to finish this hat. It's a kind of a bucket hat. So let me finish this, and then I will be back. So okay, I'm at the one but last stitch. I made the half double crochet, and now I'm going to make a single crochet in the stitch before the stitch marker. A single crochet. And the stitch with the stitch marker, I'm going to make a slip stitch. Like this. And then you think, okay, it's finished, but it is not. Because it's a kind of a bucket hat, but a kind of, I want to fold the brim like that. You see? Like that. So it's a short hat, it's very funny. And I am going to make a row around of slip stitches, but the other way around. So, without a turning chain, just turn your work. And then, in the first stitch over here, the little hole you see, you are going to make a slip stitch. Like this. And in that slip stitch, I put my stitch marker back. Like that. And every stitch I'm going to give a slip stitch. And it looks like it's on the inside of the head, but because we turn the brim to the outside, you get a nice little edge like that. That's beautiful. And I've got plenty of yarn, so that's possible. You could even make the brim a little bit bigger. You make more rounds of half double crochet before you finish with this slip stitch edge. But do what you like. Really, it's a really easy hat for the winter. Or when it's cold, or just when you want to wear a hat. It's a funny one. You see, slip stitches all the way around, and I will come back with you when I'm finished. Look, it comes like this. It's a nice edge. I will be back, okay? Okay, I am the last stitch, cut a slip stitch, and now I cut my yarn with the tail, like that. With my golden pair of scissors. Oh, I love gold. And then I pull up my thread out of the loop. You see, like this. And I take a needle. What needle shall I take? The green one. I like green. The green one. Big eye is handy with the thick thread. Like that. And then where your stitch marker is, that is where you have to sew. So from the back underneath the V where the stitch marker was, like that. And then you go down where your one thread comes out of, that loop. And then you go to the back. And then you have another V, and you can't see where you finished your thread. You see, like this. I hope it's visible with the white and all, and the radiation. No, it's not radiation. I don't know how to say. The straling, the lichtval. And now on the front of the head, you are going to sew away your thread, because we fold it over and then it will be inside, in the back. So, over here, sew away your thread, but do it as neatly as you can, okay? So here you keep your V, it's nice and tidy, like that, and then over here you sew away your thread. And then on the inside of the head, you can sew away, not throw away, we're not throwing it away. We just made a beautiful head and now I say we throw it away. Well, we don't throw it away. You stupid granny. But I go 3 times, so, heen en weer. Then the thread won't come loose. Cut off the end. That. And on the inside there is your starting tail, and you sew that one away as well. You can use the same needle and sew this one away. The hole should be closed. Underneath some stitches, like that, and then it off. Needle back in the pincushion. It's for the pattern from the guy with the hook from the book Journey. Oh, it's such a nice pattern. Really. I love it. And now, when you fold it over, you have a very hip, modern hat. When you do it like this, you have a kind of a bucket hat. But I like it this way. And then it's a shorter hat, but so nice. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm really going to wear it. And when this is more feminine colors, but when you take other colors, you can make it for a man as well. Very nice. Hey, I wish you a very good luck in crocheting. It's a very easy hat, just like the label said. Easy hat. I've got this left, so a pom-pom. You could make one, or you could save this for other projects. Maybe you want to make a magic fidget. I will put a link of the Funny will put a link down in the description of a magic fidget where you could use all kind of rest yarn. It's really scrap yarn. It's in English scrap yarn. Restjesgaren. You can make a magic fidget. So I will put a link down in the description, because it's a waste to throw this away when you can make something really great out of it. And I think I will be back. I had quite a lot of fun filming again. It's been such a long time. Thank you for watching. And you know, Fauna really wants, she doesn't want it. She really likes it when you subscribe and push the notification bell and all. It's free, it doesn't cost you any money, and you make Fauna very happy. And that's what I want to do, make Fauna happy. I love you guys, and I will be back.